Hi, Johnston artists. My name is Mrs. Hewitt, and I am the art teacher at Wallace. I want to welcome you to my art studio. Today we're going to be creating something called kinetic art. Kinetic is the idea of movement. Now, we always move with our hands when we're creating, but today we're actually going to be doing some, I'm going to call it collaborative work. We're going to be collaborating our right hand with our left hand to make symmetrical work. I'll explain more in just a minute.
With each stroke, this is what it looks like when you draw from the soul.
I generally draw as I move, use my body kind of like a compass or use dance movements.
It's called kinetic drawing, where you use the motions of your body to create art on paper. Artist Heather Hansen got the inspiration from a day at the beach.
I was with my son playing at the beach, and I was doing dance turns in the sand, and I thought, oh, I should do something with that, like maybe sculpt it or draw it.
Allow me to introduce you to the amazing artist Heather Hansen. Not only is she an artist, but she's also a dancer. So the cool thing about her work is she uses her whole entire body to create her pieces of artwork. As you see here, she creates symmetrical pieces of artwork, which basically means that they're the same on both sides. And how she does it is by taking charcoal, which is a burnt wood. She takes two different pieces, so she has one in each hand, and she moves her arms up and down and side to side while kind of swiveling around the middle point. And it ends up creating these amazing, wonderful pieces of work. They almost remind me of what it would look like if I used my body as a spirograph, or if I were to take charcoal and create a snow angel. Now, there was a school across the globe that was inspired by her work, and they created a video. Let's check that one out.
When I started working with this idea, it was just me. But I've always had this idea since I started doing it, and maybe it's just because I think like a choreographer, that it would be really beautiful to see a group of dancers creating a giant drawing together in unison, like synchronized drawing, like synchronized swimming. And I actually have always felt when I choreograph that the dancers are my paint. So this is actually just a more literal way to show that idea.
Heather Hansen's choreographed artwork that combines art, movement, and so much more were captivating to us. So Miss McCrae's Grade 5 ASA group began to investigate and study this new form of art. Today, Will and Stephanie will be demonstrating this technique during this video. And as you look around the spa, you may notice some finished pieces displayed that look like that of Heather's work, but these were in fact all created by SIS students. As we give these two artists the time that they need to complete a live piece for you here today, we wanted to share with you more of our story and journey through this whole process of learning a brand new art technique. Over the past few months, we've committed to studying her work once a week, and it has taught us more than we could have ever imagined. We have made connections with having a healthy body image and appreciating our bodies and using them as art materials and the symmetries we find in our bodies naturally. We've also noticed mathematical design and using ourselves as a compass or a protractor to create spirographs or other radial patterns. A form of dance or self-expression, or simply just a way to quiet ourselves and have a peaceful mind.
All right, let's do a quick tool talk. Here are the things you're gonna need. You're gonna need a paper or a surface of some sort. It can even be your sidewalk if you have sidewalk chalk. It can be something as small as a Post-it. It can be something as big as roll paper if you happen to do some house projects, mom or dad or whoever's at home might have some really great surfaces that you can work on. You probably will need tape if you're using any sort of movable surface to keep your paper in place. And then what you're gonna need is I would recommend some sort of smearable tool. Anything from an oil pastel to a drawing chalk. If you don't have drawing chalk, what you can use is you can actually use sidewalk chalk on paper. Even graphite from pencils will smear or move or change if you drag your fingers across it. So as long as you have 2 of those, you can use it. Now, this is the tool that Heather Hansen uses. This is charcoal. What charcoal is just a piece of wood that's been burnt in a special way in a special art supply store or supply manufacturer that turns into this really great drawing tool. It comes in all different sizes and softnesses. Now, if you happen to be somebody who has a bonfire, with permission from whoever's in charge at your house, you could pull that out and draw that outside. I probably wouldn't recommend bringing it in the house, but that's just something fun to do. Let's go ahead and get started. You want to take some time to practice. The more I did it, the better I got. At first, my left hand just did not want to do the work of my right hand because that's not my non-dominant hand.
I don't know about you in your creation time, but I have that much more appreciation for Heather Hansen's work now that I've done it myself. The fact that she can get her whole body to move in unison to create these amazing, symmetrical, kinetic pieces of artwork while dancing on this canvas. Sometimes my right hand and my left hand didn't even want to make the same line, even for a split second. I hope that you had fun creating today. I hope that you continue to practice and attempt to do this at home with sidewalk chalk or even just crayons. Don't forget to share with your art teacher on Seesaw. Have a great day, guys.
Some saw the sun, some saw the smoke, some heard the gun, some bent the bow, sometimes the wire was tense for the note. Caught in the fire, say oh, we're about to explode. Carry a word, I'll carry a word. Carry a some far away, some search for gold.